I used to find validation in being busy. More listings, more appointments, more hours, the more valuable I felt. I'm Michael Nitschke and I'm proud to lead a real estate agency in the Adelaide Hills in South Australia. And hustle culture nearly destroyed me. This is how I went from glorifying burnout to building something actually sustainable and the exact framework that works for me and it can work for you as well. I took over the family business at 30. My father had just passed away and I'd had no leadership experience at all. And then I discovered that we were millions of dollars in debt and had no cash in the bank to work with. The business relied entirely on me selling homes. The top selling agent and suddenly the de facto CEO. I was in trouble. So I worked harder. Early mornings, late nights, weekends that no longer became weekends. I jumped on a treadmill that kept speeding up faster and faster and faster. I mean, that's what success looks like, right? Wrong. Hustle culture is a trap. It tells you that overwhelmed is normal, that burnout is just a badge of honor, and that if you're not working as hard as you can, you're being lazy and you need to keep pushing. I spent years in technician mode, doing as much as I could myself, fully hands-on. Then I became the bottleneck. Every decision ran through me. I had to be a part of every single solution. My business couldn't grow because I couldn't let go. Mentally, I was done, disconnected and unable to trust anyone, and my team was struggling to trust me. The pressure, rejection, financial stress, it just keeps compounding. And in real estate, we're really good at pretending that everything's okay and everything looks good. It took me 3 years to make my business profitable, 3 years of non-stop grinding. And I got to that point and I realized that this is not sustainable. If I keep going like this, I'm gonna burn out and it's all gonna fall apart. Here's the truth. You can't lead from burnout. As CEO, my job isn't to be the busiest person. It's to grow culture, build relationships and strategic partnerships, and look at ways to improve the business every single day. And the reality is I can't do that with a bloated schedule. What I've learned is that the best ideas don't happen in meetings, it's the space that's created in between. So I had to completely rebuild how I worked. Not necessarily to just work less, but to work differently. So here's what actually changed. 3 things. First of all, I reverse engineered everything. I started with a 10-year vision. What is it that I actually want for Nitschke? But then not just revenue. What kind of life did I want? What sort of leader did I want to be? What legacy did I want? Then I worked backwards. 5-year milestones, 3-year goals, 1-year strategies, quarterly themes, weekly wins, getting rhythms in place. This isn't motivational fluff. It's about building success through daily consistency. In fact, I like to think of it as consistency over intensity. Once it was really clear that I knew where I was going, I could say no to anything that didn't fit within my vision and my plan of where I wanted to go. Second, I tracked my time for an entire month. It's brutal, but it's necessary. I tracked every time block in 30-minute increments, measuring what was sales work and what was CEO and leadership work. It turns out that at that time, I was spending 80% of my time as a technician and 20% of my time leading. And that had to change for my business to improve. Great leaders spend 80 to 90% of their time actually leading, coaching the team, solving problems strategically, tending to the culture, and building strategic partnerships. Once you see where your time is going, you can systemize what relies on you and then focus on the rest. The bottleneck was me and I had to get out of my own way. Third of all, I built the accountability structure. Not just hiring people, building out defined roles with clear outcomes. We implemented weekly level 10 meetings within our leadership team. An issues list that's visible, not just living in my head. One operating system for my entire business. We lean on EOS. And clear processes for every function. The business couldn't scale when every decision relied on me. But now we solve problems as a team and team members feel empowered to come up with great solutions for problems that we're facing and ideas that we have to improve. The hardest part I've found, especially during the messy middle as you transition from technician to leading, is being okay to have free space in your calendar. I'd always found validation through performance, particularly the hustle that got me through that early period. And I felt like quiet time was failing, but that's the hustle culture lie. You can't think your way out of hustle culture. You've got to build a way out. This week, track your time in 30-minute blocks. Have an honest look at the time you're allocating from technician to leader. This month, pick one thing that you can do and keep doing it. But then pick one thing that you know that you can delegate, create a process and a system around it, and allocate it to someone else. And this quarter, define your 10-year vision, and then work out over the next 90 days, what are the 3 to 7 priorities that you could put in place as goals for your team that would move you as far forward towards that 10-year vision as you can possibly go. You start with the end and then you build your path backward. I believe that this fight against the hustle culture of real estate matters well beyond my story. Real estate has a serious mental health problem, but if we're honest, most businesses do. Most people suffer in silence and some people don't make it. That's exactly why I'm a Rise influencer. The Real Care app, counselling, tools, resources, right when you need it, not months from now. But more importantly than that, creating a culture where we can talk about these problems and find solutions together. Not how are you answered with fine. Real conversations. I'm struggling, I'm burning out, I don't know what to do. You can't build sustainability from burnout. The alternative that I've learned, consistency over intensity. Pick small, manageable, daily negotiables and build momentum like a flywheel around those principles. Just staying consistent, being at peace to know that you're going to get to where you want to go steadily over time. We want steady motion, not big swings towards success. My focus this year is to sell less and lead more. I'm wired to be busy, but I'm really learning to focus on my family, my health, and my relationships alongside the success that I want for my business. It's not easy, but I'm committed to it. Because here's what I've learned. Success means nothing if you destroy yourself trying to get there. If you're stuck in hustle mode, track your time for a month, reverse engineer your 10-year vision of where you want to go, and build systems and processes to then outsource what you only know how to do amongst your team so that you can scale and get space around you. The reality is that the bottleneck is probably you, but the great news is that that is totally fixable. If you're struggling with mental health and burnout, I want you to download the Real Care app today. It's free and it's for our industry. I took over a failing business at 30 and the hustle culture nearly destroyed me and everything that I care about. What saved me was the opposite, slowing down, building properly, better before bigger, and admitting that I needed help and support. And that's what I'm committed to, building something sustainable together.